Thierry Henry, the king of Arsenal and French football royalty. Thierry Henry's name is synonymous with footballing greatness. His story transcends the boundaries of club and country, encapsulating the evolution of a street footballer from leaderless into a global icon. For many fans, he is more than just a player. He's a symbol of passion, grace, and unparalleled excellence on the pitch. Crowned the king at Arsenal, Henry's influence stretched beyond England, leaving an indelible mark on the French national team and, ultimately, the entire footballing world. But how did Thierry Henry ascend to such heights? How did he go from a relatively humble beginning in a Parisian suburb to becoming one of the most revered figures in football history? To understand his monumental rise, we must explore his journey in detail, from his early days at Monaco to his legendary years at Arsenal, his international glory with France, and his transformative role in world football. The early years, a diamond in the rough. Born on August 17, 1977, in Relentless, a working-class suburb of Paris, Thierry Henry grew up in an environment where football was a way of life. His father, Antoine, recognized his son's burgeoning talent early on and enrolled him in various local football clubs to nurture his abilities. It was on the streets and in those small, competitive environments that Henry developed the skills that would later make him a superstar: the close ball control, the bursts of speed, and the quick, sharp thinking. At the age of 13, Henry was accepted into the prestigious Clairefontaine Academy, an institution known for producing many of France's footballing elite. The academy honed his technical skills and tactical awareness, pushing him toward the professional game. His talent caught the eye of Arsène Wenger, then the manager of AS Monaco, who brought Henry to the club's youth ranks in 1992. Under Wenger's mentorship, Henry evolved rapidly, making his first team debut at just 17 years old. Playing primarily as a winger, his blistering pace and skill on the ball made him a constant threat, though his goal-scoring prowess had yet to fully develop. Henry's performances at Monaco were impressive enough to earn him a place in the French national team. By the time France was preparing for the 1998 FIFA World Cup, Henry was seen as one of the brightest young talents in the country, though still relatively unknown outside France. A star is born, World Cup glory, and international recognition. The 1998 FIFA World Cup, held on home soil in France, changed everything for Thierry Henry. Although not initially a focal point of the French attack, his speed and creativity saw him finish as France's top scorer in the tournament with 3 goals. Though still young and playing alongside more established stars like Zinedine Zidane and Didier Deschamps, Henry's contributions were crucial as France surged to their first-ever World Cup victory. It was a moment of triumph not just for France, but for Henry personally. His arrival on the world stage was now undeniable. Following this triumph, Henry was viewed as one of Europe's most promising talents. It wasn't long before the bigger clubs came calling, and in 1999, he made a high-profile move to Juventus. However, his time in Italy was anything but smooth. Played out of position as a winger in a defensively rigid system, Henry struggled to adapt. His lack of goals and confidence led to criticism, and it became clear that Juventus was not the right fit. It was a challenging period for Henry, but as fate would have it, Arsène Wenger, who had since moved to Arsenal, came to the rescue once again. Wenger saw in Henry not just a struggling winger, but a player capable of becoming one of the best strikers in the world. In August 1999, Henry moved to Arsenal for £11 million, a transfer that would prove transformative for both the player and the club. The Arsenal years, from winger to king. Thierry Henry's move to Arsenal in 1999 marked the beginning of a legendary partnership with Arsène Wenger, and it was here that Henry's full potential was unleashed. Wenger, understanding Henry's strengths, made the bold decision to convert him from a winger into a central striker. The results were extraordinary. At Arsenal, Henry became the complete forward, a player equally capable of scoring sensational solo goals, finishing with clinical precision, and providing assists with flair. His combination of pace, technical skill, and vision made him virtually unplayable at his peak. Whether it was a stunning long-range strike or a delicate chip over an advancing goalkeeper, Henry made the spectacular look effortless. His performances during the early 2000s elevated Arsenal to new heights. In the 2001-2 season, he was instrumental in guiding Arsenal to a Premier League and FA Cup double. But it was during the historic 2003-4 season known as the Invincibles campaign, that Henry's greatness was solidified. Arsenal went the entire Premier League season unbeaten, an achievement still unmatched. Henry scored 30 goals in the league that year. But it wasn't just his goal tally that stood out, it was his leadership, his ability to change the course of games single-handedly, and the sheer joy he brought to Arsenal fans. One of his most memorable moments came in 2004 when, in a crucial match against Liverpool, Henry dribbled from the halfway line, weaving through defenders before slotting the ball into the net with his trademark composure. That goal encapsulated everything Henry represented: pace, power, elegance, and above all, the ability to produce magic when it mattered most. A French hero, triumph and tribulations with Le Blues. While Henry was making waves at Arsenal, his status in the French national team was equally significant. Following the 1998 World Cup triumph, Henry continued to be a key figure for Le Blues. In 2000, France added the European Championship to their list of accomplishments, with Henry playing a vital role in the team's success. As the years passed, Henry became the face of French football, surpassing legendary figures like Michael Platini to become France's all-time leading goalscorer, record he held for many years. His ability to perform on the international stage, whether in European Championships or World Cups, was a testament to his consistency and skill. However, Henry's international career wasn't without controversy. In a 2009 World Cup qualifying playoff against Ireland, Henry handled the ball before assisting William Gallas for the winning goal, an incident that sparked outrage. Though it tarnished his reputation to some extent, Henry's overall contribution to French football cannot be overstated. He remains one of the greatest players to have ever worn the blue jersey. The Barcelona adventure. A new chapter, new trophies. In 2007, after years of dominating English football, Henry made the decision to join FC Barcelona. Many questioned whether Henry could replicate his Arsenal form in Spain, especially at a club filled with stars like Lionel Messi, Xavi, and Andres Iniesta. But rather than trying to be the main man, Henry adapted his game to fit into Barcelona's intricate possession-based system under Pep Guardiola. While at Barcelona, Henry added 2 La Liga titles, a Copa del Rey, and most importantly, a UEFA Champions League title to his already illustrious career. Though he was no longer the talismanic figure, he was an integral part of one of the most successful club teams in history. His experience and professionalism helped shape Barcelona's attack during their dominant period. Do you think Henry's time at Barcelona added to his legacy, or was his peak already behind him by the time he left Arsenal? The emotional return and MLS farewell. In 2012, Henry made a temporary return to Arsenal on loan from the New York Red Bulls, Major League Soccer, MLS, team he had joined in 2010. It was a nostalgic and emotional moment for Arsenal fans who still viewed him as their king. Despite being older and no longer in his prime, Henry provided one more magical moment when he scored a last-minute winner in an FA Cup match against Leeds United. It was a fitting farewell for a player who had given so much to the club. Henry's move to MLS was another chapter in his illustrious career. Even in the United States, Henry continued to show glimpses of the brilliance that had made him one of the world's best. His performances for the Red Bulls drew crowds and raised the profile of the league. After hanging up his boots in 2014, Henry left behind a legacy that few could ever match. His record-breaking feats, both for club and country, and his ability to perform at the highest level for so many years made him one of the greatest players of his generation. Beyond the pitch, Thierry Henry's life after football. Since retiring, Henry has stayed close to the game. His ventures into coaching, including managerial stints at AS Monaco and as an assistant with the Belgian national team, show that his football brain extends beyond just playing. He's also become a popular pundit, offering insightful analysis that reflects his deep understanding of the game. Henry's impact on football remains strong, not just through his coaching and punditry, but through the legacy he left behind. Young strikers across the world look up to him as a blueprint for success. His combination of speed, technique, and football intelligence sets the standard for what a modern forward should be. The legacy of the king. Thierry Henry's career is a testament to his undeniable talent, hard work, and love for the game. His legacy is one of magic, moments that captivated millions, goals that will be replayed for generations, and a level of footballing excellence that few can reach. Whether at Arsenal, Barcelona, or on the international stage, Henry consistently delivered performances that left fans in awe. But perhaps his greatest contribution is the inspiration he provides to young footballers around the world. Henry showed that it's possible to rise from modest beginnings and become the very best through dedication and belief. Today, his story remains a beacon of what can be achieved in football. What part of Thierry Henry's legacy resonates the most with you, and why? Thanks for watching.